hey, if there was a time for I can't afford to lose, if there was a time for this man Renato Moicano to get back on his shit, now was the time. But hey, it's your boy DHP, and y'all know the rest, man. And hey, so this is gonna be my perspective video on Renato Moicano. We heading towards Renato Moicano fight week this weekend with Chris Duncan. I'm gonna drop the media day reaction on my other platform, but yeah, Renato Moicano, he got to get back on the shit. It's pretty much really now that, you know, Islam, because he was on a huge winning streak. Then he faced BSD, whooped BSD ass. And tell you the truth, like I've been saying about, actually, you know what's crazy, because I said this shit about Charles Johnson, how, you know, Joshua Van, he beat Joshua Van, and he beat Lonier Kavanaugh. He beat both of them, but Joshua Van's now the current champ. Lonier Kavanaugh, he done elevated to the top 6 rankings, whatever. It's crazy that Renato Moicano beat the shit out of BSD, and then he went on to face Islam because Armin Sayukin fucked up, right? He faced Islam. He gets destroyed in the first round. Then my man's lost to Beneil Dariush. Well, I thought Beneil Dariush was gonna lose that fight, because I'm like, stylistically, I can see how Beneil can win that fight, but Renato Moicano, he's elevated. He's not the same Renato Moicano that was at featherweight. He elevated to something different at lightweight, you know. But Beneil, you know, that fight, I want to say that fight was on if my memory serves me correct, that fight was on Charlie Olive's and Toporia's card, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Beneil, he proved he was the better fighter over Renato Moicano. So Renato was taking back-to-back losses. Islam in the first round, and Beneil pretty much outclassed him on the feet and grappling-wise. So with that in mind, right, you got Islam. He's at welterweight now. Ilia Topuria, yeah, he's the nigga right now. He's the nigga to beat until proven otherwise. He's the nigga to beat at lightweight, but it's looking like he's not going to be at lightweight that much longer than anticipated, because he's trying to chase Islam at welterweight and whatnot. Even if he is, right, Ilia Topuria is still a fresh new champion that he hasn't faced just yet, right? Well, actually, it's funny because Islam is the only champion that he has faced. I think, yeah, Islam is the only title fight he's been in the UFC. But regardless, Islam is out the way. So, Renato Moicano, stylistically, he can still be a nightmare matchup problem at lightweight. So, with Islam out the way, Ilia Topuria in the picture, and even if Ilia Topuria is out the picture, right, Renato Moicano could get back on a run, just like how he was before Islam. He could get back on a run and get himself in relevant title talks. So, you know, it's the old MMA cliche saying, you know, they were saying about my boy Tony and, you know, Charlie Olives after the you know, the Ilia Topuria shit. You know, hey, these niggas might lose a fight now, but hey, the title run starts their next fight. So, that cliche MMA saying, Renato Moicano, you got to get back on your shit this weekend, because your title run, this new run at title relevancy, it starts now. It starts now. So get on your shit. We're gonna talk about Chris Duncan more on my other platform, but for this video, Renato, he gotta come through. He gotta come through, because Chris Duncan, if Renato loses this fight this weekend, Chris Duncan is gonna overtake his ranking spot. And the way lightweight is right now, Renato Moicano might fall outside the top 15, because he's already like ranked 10th or something like that. So if Chris Duncan do beat Renato, he's either going to be 11th or 10th. But that's going to be more damaging for Renato, because he's going to fall outside the top 15. So, and tell you the truth, with a nigga like Renato, because we seen Greg Dawson. Greg Dawson, he lost his last fight, and you know his ass is outside the top 15. So Renato Moicano, he's on that, you know, you got so and so here, he's borderline about to be out of that top 15. So Renato, this is honestly your last chance to keep it a buck. This is your last chance of getting back at title relevancy. And going back to what I said about flyweight, it is funny because BSD, even with Renato beating the shit out of BSD, BSD is not only did he overjumped him in the rankings, but BSD is in a position to be in title relevancy. So let's just say hypothetically, Renato Moicano, he handled business this weekend against Chris Duncan, right? We can low key see that rematch happening in the near future. Maybe sometime this year, or depending on who gets matchup or what, maybe next year, we can actually see the rematch. Potentially, now I doubt it, but potentially we can see that rematch for the lightweight strap. But yeah, if Renato, he handled business like I know he can, we gonna see that rematch. And it potentially could be for the title. It could be a title eliminator, or it could be a fight to set up for you to get to a title shot. You know what I mean? A title eliminator fight, excuse me. So yeah, yeah, Neto, this your last chance. Honestly, this is your last chance, to be quite honest with you, because, you know, because if you beat Chris Duncan, even if you don't get the BSD rematch, more than likely you're going to get somebody like Rafael Vazid. If Rafael don't drop down to featherweight, you're more than likely going to get somebody like Rafael Vazid or Mateusz Gamrot. So, and that's still a quality level opponent where, because I think these niggas is ranked ahead of him. So, yeah, get through Chris Duncan this weekend and then move forward, bro. As the cliche MMA saying goes, your title run or your comeback to get to a title shot, it starts now, brother. But until the preview show tomorrow night, yeah, I'm going to drop the preview show tomorrow night. I'll holler at y'all niggas later, man.